Okay, I thought we better do an update on these wonderful little grains that I planted. These are the grain trials that I transplanted. So early in the year, I don't know when it was, maybe March, I transplanted a bunch of plug trays with little tiny seeds of grain. We had different kinds of oats, barley, wheat, triticale, and then I came in and I transplanted them in here. For those of you who have been watching all these videos, you saw me transplant these, and then I think I did at least one update on this. Well, here it is, July, mid-July, and these are about ready to harvest. And so here's an oat. I'm just gonna pull this off. So this is what the hull-less oats look like. Naked oats or hull-less oats. And they have these great big beautiful seed heads. And these are dry land. These have not been irrigated. We irrigated them a couple of times to get them going. I inoculated them with microbes. But these have grown here without the aid of irrigation, other than the first few weeks of their life. And so if we get any seed off of these at all, that will show us that they have the genetics to grow in a rough climate. They have the genetics to grow from a transplant. They have the genetics to grow in dry weather. So let's just take this one piece here and let's see if there's any viable seed in it at all. I don't know. I haven't checked them yet. So you're going to get to see that with me right now. So I'm just going to come down the cliff here, see if I die. And let's just go to let's just come to the tailgate right here. So I'm just going to take these, and I'm just going to gently pull them off of the stalk. So here's the stalk. So there's our straw right there to make a thatched roof out of. So this one, it does have one seed in it. So there's a seed right there. So the first one I picked up did have an oat in it. And what about this one? Yep, there's a second one. There's a third one. There's a fourth one. And they do look pretty skimpy. They're pretty little, but I bet you they're a viable seed. I bet they will grow again. So every one of these, that's 100% of those have actually had a viable seed in them. But see how easy they have come out? They don't have the tight hull around the oat. That's why they're called a naked oat. Most oats have a very tight hull around them and the seed doesn't fall out. Okay, so there were two there and two seeds came out. So that's pretty good. I'm just going to set those seeds right there. And we're going to put these in my hand. And I'll just thrash these real quick. So I'm just going to massage it together a little bit. And it's you can see how it's crushing up the hulls. And the seeds are heavier
than the
chaff. Therefore, they're going to, once I get the seeds out, then we can let the wind blow on this, and that's called winnowing. And the chaff will blow away and the seed will stay in my hand because the seed is heavier than the chaff. So I'm very encouraged to see these. I'm just the wind's kind of blowing out here a little bit, so the lightweight. Now if you get vigorous and start blowing hard, you'll blow the seeds right out of your hand, so.
wind's blowing good to do this. It's just right. It's the tiniest little breeze. So everything that's heavy is still in my hand, so. So that's pretty exciting. We have
You can see down there in your hand how the oats are separating themselves quite well.
yeah. We can move some of those big chaffs out of there. Some of those probably still have seeds in them. Anyway, there's the oats right there. So that's human consumption oats.
Look at that.
Normal oats that you'd buy at a feed store to feed a horse, they will not do this. That hull will be very tight around each one. But this is a special variety.
I actually really love whole
So there we
oats
go.
like
So
that.
let's taste these and see how they are.
Whole oat groats.
So I'm just going to take a pinch of these like that. They're pretty soft, which means the moisture's still pretty high in them.
So they could go a little bit longer drying.
Yeah.
Has the flavor on them. I always think oats are pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you. It tastes like oats. Okay, they're good. So I'm very encouraged and excited about this. Those oats right there have produced, and it looks like they produced like really good. So we should have counted how many there were. I probably just put 20 in my mouth. I don't know. But that was one stalk, and one seed in a plug tray can grow 5 or 6 stalks. And then I have probably 20 or 30 in my hand, and I probably put 20 in my mouth.
So if you have enough and you get enough seed, will you do a larger patch like some of these behind you that you have of the various kinds?
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna
Exactly
be awesome.
what we would do. Okay, so that's an update on the oats. Hopefully this helps you to have a pancake patch.